Dads, what's the weirdest hobby your child insisted was their life's calling? My son Tommy has always marched to the beat of his own weird little drum. When he turned 10, he came into the kitchen one morning, dead serious, and said, "I've figured out what I'm going to do with my life." I braced myself. He goes, "I'm going to be a professional stick collector." I laughed, thought it was a joke. Then he added, "But not just any sticks, letter sticks." "What? Sticks that look like letters of the alphabet?" he explained like it was obvious. "I'm going to find all 26. And with that, he disappeared into the woods behind our house for the next several hours. He came back with arms full of crooked twigs and branches, held one up and said, "This is an R." It looked like an L that had seen some trauma. I didn't say anything, just nodded and watched him march into the garage. That's where the collection began. He sorted them into rows, labeled each stick with masking tape and a Sharpie. C, J, M, Q. Half of them looked like sticks to me, but he saw the whole alphabet. I told my wife it was a phase. She told me to stop being judgmental. Fair. Every day after school, Tommy would head into the woods and come back with more sticks. Our garage started to smell like a forest. We had bins labeled by font. One bin was just labeled lowercase, sorta. Things escalated when parent-teacher conferences rolled around. His teacher pulled me aside and said, "So, Tommy's been, trading sticks for lunch items?" Apparently, he convinced half his class that different letter sticks had special powers. A T could help you ace tests. An S helped with soccer skills. Kids were handing over chips, cookies, entire juice boxes for a chunk of bark shaped vaguely like a bee. He even had a little notebook where he tracked trades and stick values. I sat him down, tried to steer him toward, normal hobbies. Sports, music, video games, stuff other kids were into. "Dad," he said, looking me dead in the eye, "you don't get it. These sticks are gonna make us rich." I just stared at him. I wanted to argue, but honestly, part of me respected the confidence. Then, one Saturday, we were at the park, and Tommy was sitting near the fountain, carefully arranging sticks on a bench like he was curating an exhibit. I was nearby, pretending not to know him, when this woman walked up. She introduced herself as a local art gallery owner and asked him about his work. Tommy lit up, gave her the whole pitch, explained the concept of organic typography and how each stick had energy based on letter identity. She looked genuinely intrigued. A week later, she called us and asked if Tommy would like to feature a small installation in her upcoming exhibition. I laughed. Tommy didn't. He spent the whole week prepping, cleaned up each stick, polished them with olive oil for some reason, and relabeled everything with better handwriting. We showed up for opening night at this trendy little gallery downtown. I figured no one would care. Probably some wine, a few polite compliments, and we'd go home. Everything sold. Outside every single stick, gone. Someone paid $200 for a stick shaped like an X that I'm 90% sure came from the gutter. Tommy made $2,300 in one night at 11 years old. By the next month, the gallery had requested a second round. A journalist wrote a piece calling it minimalist eco-art that challenges our relationship with language. He got 2 more invites from galleries out of state. Now he's 16, runs a full-on sustainable art business out of our garage, which he now refers to as his studio, and he's been featured in 3 different art and design magazines. He has a website, a P.O. box, and a booking calendar. Universities have already started emailing about scholarships.